Hello everybody and welcome to the GKaiser Age. My name is Lucian GKaiser and today we're going to be taking a look at the Transformers War for Cybertron Siege Deluxe figure Sideswipe. So let's get started. GKaiser Age, transform and roll out! Alright, so before we get started on reviewing the figure, I just want to start out by talking about the actual Transformers War for Cybertron Siege line. Now, for a while now, I kind of stopped collecting Transformers. I really didn't get back into it until I discovered, third-party Transformers, like the series from Make Toys and several other producers of third-party Transformer figures. And I really love the design and detail on them, the transformations and everything. And I also love the masterpiece, actual official Transformers that are done by Takara Tomy. But their prices on those are really, really high. So I always wanted a good US released actual Transformers product that had a lot of great detail and awesome action and posability to it. And the Transformers War for Cybertron Siege line does that in spades. I absolutely love it. I love the detail on them. I love how they captured the Generation 1 while still giving it a kind of Cybertronian twist. And I really, really enjoy how posable and how dedicated they are to making these figures really high quality. Now, of course, with all the different lines out there for Transformers, there's usually a specific gimmick that's part of the tagline, and the gimmick for this one we're going to go over as we review the figure. So let's go ahead and get started with the first one that I actually bought after I saw the pictures and the promo videos for it. I had to have it, and that's Sideswipe, because he's always been one of my favorite, of course, Transformer designs from the original Generation 1, being a Lamborghini in Generation 1, and now he's back and with an awesome Cybertronian feel to it. Okay, and here we have Sideswipe from the Transformers War for Cybertron Siege line, and he's got a special guest partner with him today, Lionizer, so we'll be going over both of them today. It's kind of a double review, so get ready to enjoy that. But all in all, when I first saw the pictures of Sideswipe here, I was impressed. I loved how sleek his design looked, that it captures the old style Lamborghini, but at the same time with a newer, more modern Cybertronian twist to it. So you can see there's a lot of great detail on the figure. A lot of nice lining. I love that Cybertronian kind of look behind the windshield here, since he wouldn't have an actual human partner sitting there at this point. And then you gotta love the detail on the front here. You got these painted with a nice silver chrome kind of looking color. And of course, Autobot symbol nicely impressed on there. But I love the absolute detail, of course, silver chrome for the wheels, plastic wheels. Even the underside is actually like pretty clean. Like, yeah, there's some robot stuff right here, but all in all, it's actually pretty clean. And of course, he rolls perfect, even with Lionizer on the side there. And you can even partially transform him, rotate that around, and boom, Sideswipe can now do a real Sideswipe. And he does roll with it perfectly, with it deployed. Alright, so let's go ahead and take Lionizer off. He will be part of the review for later. And as you can see, Sideswipe's got his classic weapon here. Comes in two parts that you can separate and put together. And we're going to go ahead and look at that more once we get him into robot mode. But all in all, the detailing, paneling, and everything on this figure is fantastic. Now, the thing I noticed is you got these holes here, and I have a feeling like this might be for maybe a Sunstreaker in the future, because he always had like extra stuff up here. I know we got Red Alert is out now, so he's just a repaint of this, but in Red Alert colors with, of course, alert lights that can be added on the top there. But all right, let's go ahead and transform him. The transformation is actually pretty simple and satisfying, and I love it. Just another aspect of this figure. So you just pop these open, unfold these arms here, rotate them up and out the way. Got that out of the way. Good. Now we're going to pull these panels right here and this panel right there, so that way we can expose the legs. And then we're going to rotate these down and split them apart. And then on the inside, we got the feet are tucked in here, so you can push them out by just pushing this piece in like that, and that'll push the foot out enough for you to grab it pretty easily. I'm telling you, I love these designs. And I do believe, if I remember right, it has to do with the fact that Hasbro partnered with Takara Tomy to help kind of improve their Transformer design, and to kind of give it a semi-masterpiece feel. So you just flip that up, flip the chest piece down that was originally the hood, and boom. And you're going to flip the hands. They're kind of tucked in, out. That and that. And here's the cool part. You can angle the feet. That is probably one of my biggest complaints on a lot of previous Transformer designs, is that you couldn't angle the feet to get a nice solid standing pose. But now with the Siege line, you can actually do that. Now let me go ahead and just adjust the camera down so you guys can get a better view of that. There we go. But yep. And let's talk about those points of articulation. Let's start with the head here. So he's got a really nicely detailed head. A lot of great life, and the eyes are nicely painted blue. But you can 360. It's fine. He's a robot. He can handle it. A little up and down. Shoulders. You got, of course, because of the transformation, some nice up reach, so you can even do it like that. You've got upper arm rotation. You got just a single bend, still not bad. No wrist swivel, of course, which you can bend the hand in, but that's just more part of the transformation. But I love that. That's a lot of range of motion for the arms. Now here's where it gets really fun, the legs. So of course you got kick back that far, kick forward that far. Part of that's the transformation there. You can kick out, so you can do a nice split. You've got rotation right here at the upper thigh, so you can get some upper thigh rotation. Once again, really helps to improve the posability. You got the knee bend, which is pretty good. But again, my favorite part, this pivot. It's not even part of the actual transformation. It is actually built into it, so you can actually stand this figure up in several more action style poses. As you can see there. Do the camera down a little bit. There we go. And he's very stable too. And very, very G1. I love that. Alright, so let's go ahead and take a look at his weapon again. So once again, this is his blaster. You can separate it into two pieces or keep it as one. And now let's talk about, along with this, the gimmick. So for the Transformers War for Cybertron, all of the Transformer figures have these points on them right here. As you can see, they're kind of hexagonal. And these particular points are what they call combat points. and it stands for Cybertronian Omnifunctional Modular Battlefield Assault Tech System. And that is really cool because that means you can take his weapon and you can put it on any of these points. So if I want to have it on his arm, I can. If I want to have it on his shoulder, well, not shoulder, but upper arm, I can plug it in. Whoops. If I don't drop it, but you can plug it in just like that. And you can even split it, so since he's got points on the other arms too, you can put it like that. So he's got a rocket launcher on one arm and he's got his blaster on the other. And that is part of the fun of this. As a kid, I can imagine myself just coming up with all kinds of crazy reasons why his weapon would be there. And it even has this special pagan point right here for his shoulders. And not only does it work on his shoulders, if there's any other figures with these same pagan points on their shoulders, you can swap this weapon over to them. You can share weapons between the Transformers in this line, and it works out so well. I mean, I can even put it like, for any reason he wants to kick blast somebody, he can now kick blast somebody. You know, pose him in the air like he's kicking while blasting somebody. I'm gonna blast you and then I'm gonna kick you. Alright, but yeah, I mean, that's part of the thing that I love about this line and why I'm collecting as many of them as I possibly can get my hands on. Well, at least the majority of them. Some of the designs I'm not like really a huge fan of, so I might skip those. But as for Sideswipe, the moment I saw him and I saw the promotional pictures and other videos about him, I had to have him. He looks fantastic and is fantastic. Now let's go ahead and check out his partner in crime, and that is our boy Lionizer. So he is a lion that turns into a sword, as you can see here. And now we're going to talk about, actually there's 3 gimmicks that they have for Siege War for Cybertron. And one of those extra gimmicks is you get effect parts with some of the smaller add-on weapon masters, or battle masters, I'm sorry, is what they actually call them, battle masters. And you can just plug him into his hand, and now Sideswipe has got a sword with a nice effect part. And there's several different effect parts. There's even like blast effect parts. And the best part is, some of those blast effect parts, because of their size, you can actually use them with other figures that aren't Transformers from War for Cybertron Siege. I can even fit it on some of the end of the beam rifles on some of my Gundam model kits. And that's fantastic. Now, of course, this is more specific to Lionizer himself. But I love it that they included that. It just makes it even more fun. As a kid, I'm kind of jealous of kids nowadays now. They got this really good line right here. So let's go ahead and transform him, though. Pretty simple transformation, nothing too complicated. Just flip the head out. The legs are just folded together. They'll come molded as one piece, so they don't really have any posability. But that's okay, because I mean, he's just a battle master. He's just meant to be an add-on weapon. So you can have him with his tail out like that, or you can fold his tail up and he becomes kind of a cannon. And he just stands like right there. A little bit closer so you can see it, but yeah, he's got a lot of great detail on him too. It's molded just into one shape, but still a lot of really good detail on him. But all in all, for my first purchase, this is a fantastic figure. The last thing I wanted to talk about is the battle damage. So all the figures have kind of battle damage molded on them, as you can see there and there. Now on the earlier figures, it's kind of just molded in like one specific set of places, usually on the lower legs and everything. But in some of the later models, they start spreading it around more, which I appreciate because it looks better that way. But I still love it. It gives it some character. It gives it like he's battle worn in some places. But again, great figure. You can pick it up pretty much at Walmart, Target, or the Big Bad Toy Store. I highly recommend the Big Bad Toy Store. I'm not partnered with them, but I have been purchasing Transformers and other figures from them. They are great. They have a great shipping time frame. They have a great system for pre-orders. You can pre-order stuff without having to pay for it right away, except for certain larger items that require a deposit. So for those, you actually have to pay a little bit up front, but that deposit goes to the total cost of the figure. So when you go to pay for the rest of it, you're basically just paying the difference minus the deposit, of course. But again, I want to thank you all for joining me here in the GKaiser age. If you like what you see, definitely subscribe, drop a like, and comment. Let me know what your favorite Transformer for Generation 1 or any of the other generations were. And if you've been checking out the Siege line, let me know what your favorite Siege figure has been so far. This one is in my top 5. He is very, very, very good. And next week, or I should say next episode, it won't be a week, we're going to be taking a look at the other one that I purchased right after him, and that is my boy Hound here. So again, thank you for joining me here in the GKaiser age. This is Lucien GKaiser signing out until the next Transformers battle.